Hello and welcome back to Moonlight Museum and of course 2-Point Museum. Now, where we last left off, we got our brand new dinosaur bones in, but I actually have done a little bit of work off camera, and the only way you could probably tell that is by looking at our bank account. What I actually did was I went in and did another 18, I think, expeditions to Greasy Fields in an attempt to get this pristine star fossil. Now, that didn't happen. I didn't manage to get it, but since then there has been a patch, and if I'm reading that patch note correctly, I think that means there's now a higher chance of getting that star fossil. So we're going to try again in a little bit of a time lapse in a second here. But before we go ahead and do that, there is one other thing that I did also change, and that is the prices. I increased everything again, just basically until I got everything up to fair value. People don't seem to mind that. We are making a lot more profit now, so that is fantastic. And the other thing that we do need to go ahead and address is the fact that I have some training slots available for both of my explorers and Beryl here, who is now currently level 11. So I'm going to go ahead and train these guys up. So this guy has survival skills. I want to give him pilot wings, just like so. Ilarius Echo here is our survey guy, so I'm going to give him an extra survey skills too. And if we go back into our experts here, I am going to give Beryl here analysis level 3. But in saying that, I'm actually going to take them off analysis for the moment. So I'm going to jump into my staff, go to my job assignments in the experts tab here. And I'm going to say, Beryl, you can no longer do analysis, and that is because I would like that to be done by either of our explorers, just so that we can level them up a little bit faster and get some more perks on them. But with that all being said, I think we can let the game run for a little bit, let that training complete, and we'll continue analyzing things here as well. And once that training is complete, we are going to go ahead and do a few more expeditions to try and find that elusive star fossil and get that pristine. We also got an assistant who has leveled up to rank 5, which is always nice to see. I think that's one of our marketers, so we may as well go ahead and say, yep, you can keep on doing that. You are doing a fantastic job, and we will continue on with the time lapse. Also quickly just want to address this issue here. This error here is just because our marketing assistant is currently on a break or doing something else. And while I think that's probably fine, especially because we pay per campaign rather than per the amount of time, I believe that's how it works. I should probably go ahead and say, hey, these two guys who are trained in marketing should only be doing the marketing room, and that should leave that room more available for doing things. So yeah, you're available, you're going to the marketing office, so that should be better. And the other thing that I also wanted to address, what's this for? Bankruptcy, turn a monthly profit below $5,000. Yeah, perfect. The other thing that I wanted to address is the analysis room. So there was a post on Reddit that I saw that said this gives you XP based on the time it takes to analyze something, which I don't think is how it's meant to work, but that is currently how it works in this game. So upgrading the deconstructor to work quicker actually yields you less XP than if you were to do it slower and with someone who isn't trained in that skill. So that's just an interesting thing to keep in mind. If you want to maximize your XP with the analysis room, don't upgrade it and don't train people in analysis. That's just generally how it works at the moment until they patch that or change how that works. That is what it is. But we're continuing on trying to find this star fossil for now. We found one, but it's only epic. I'm going to keep trying for a little bit. This will at least give us the full amount of knowledge on that, but I really would like to have a pristine version. I've also been going around and upgrading all of our exhibits with the perks for if they are pristine. The other ones I am leaving alone, but that is something I am slowly working on in this time lapse as well. Alright, I just quickly want to address this. Ilaria's Echo here actually wants to resign. They're about to quit their job for real this time. They're not super happy with their pay. They need to drink, they need to sit down, they need to eat food, and they need to go to the toilet. We're going to force send them on a break and then also go into our staff tab, go to the pay review and make sure everyone is at least okay with their pay, because I don't want that to happen. That's probably just because he's been leveling up and going on the analysis time and time again without any sort of breaks. So I just thought I'd address that real quick. And again, no star fossil, but we're going to keep going. We finally found it. So I think those patch notes did read as I thought. It is now easier to find the pristine version of the star fossil. We are immediately going to go ahead and place that down. That just makes my little brain so much happier now that we have found all pristine versions of those fossils. So we're going to return that one to the inventory, grab the new one out of our inventory, if I can find it. There it is there. Throw that right about there and double check that it is satisfied with all of its buzz requirements. And now we can go ahead and start upgrading this as well. So we'll start off with the energy boost and I'll slowly upgrade that over time. That makes me so much happier that we've got that sorted. I'm also going to sell this honeybee because it sells for more than all of these things. We do need to go ahead and deconstruct that star fossil, which is currently happening. So we should get full knowledge on that very, very soon. The next thing I want to go ahead and do is go ahead and find the rest of these skeletons so that we can get their knowledge up. We still need 2 more of this one and 1 more of this one to have full knowledge on those. And then we can finally start to expand our collection a little bit more. And now that Anders Osthus here has leveled up, we can now go ahead and do speedy events. This says the duration is going to be 4 days, but we could also get a shortcut, making it even less than that. I don't think this happens right at the start of the event, like I said before, but in theory, this could be an almost instant expedition. So let's just quickly double check how fast this is. I think, considering we have money to burn, I'm going to go for the expedition journal here and give an extra 15% XP for all the staff on this expedition. Seems like a decent idea to me, and we'll go ahead and do that. And I am really quite curious how fast this is going to go. So we're currently traveling to the destination, and now we're returning home. So that was almost instant. I don't actually know if we got an event at all, but we probably did. The problem is the helicopter actually takes so long to come and go that it feels like it's longer than it is. But we did actually get the shortcut there, so that is fantastic. We also found this, which we need for deconstruction. I'm going to go ahead and find the other parts and we'll be back in a little bit. All right, we have another dilemma. So let's see what this is. A giant man-eating snake emerges from the ground, its eyes scanning your team with rapacious intent. We could either feed it or eat it. I'm gonna feed it. Eating it sounds like a bad idea. We did get snake bitten. That is unfortunate, and it's not actually gonna tell me what that is. But the team attempts to pacify the serpent with cheesy gubbins. The snake succeeds in pacifying your team with venomous fangs. So, you know, that's a little bit unfortunate, a little bit of a setback, but I think we'll be fine. So let's actually have a look at what snake bitten does. Lost a scuffle with a snake, decreases energy, injuries can be cured in the staff room, takes 93 days. So that is a little unfortunate. What I'm going to do to address that is go back into my job assignments for my experts, and I'm going to reassign Beryl here to the analysis room, just so that if both of these guys are out, we are still doing analysis in the meantime. It probably also wouldn't be a bad idea to just enable it for everyone so that we can level everyone up all at the same time, but these guys are doing a fine job as it is, so I'm not too concerned about that. It might be nice to have, actually, you know what I'm going to do? No, I'm not. I'm not. The tour guides are required for tours at the moment. Once we get another tour guide, we can probably start training one of them up as well. But for right now, I'm just going to leave our explorers and Beryl there. And speaking of Beryl, Beryl actually needs to be renamed because we have a brand new golden panda in our midst, and that is Dragon Loon. So welcome to the team. You are officially our analysis expert. You are the highest level expert that we currently have, and I appreciate your patronage. But we still need one more of these skeletons to get this knowledge all up and running, so I'm going to do that, and we'll be back in a little bit. And this should be the last piece of this skeleton we need. We're at 3 out of 4. We can go ahead and analyze this and get that done. And our analysis room is actually empty at the moment, so we can just throw that right in there. And now it's finally time to move on to another objective. Getting some more fossils, skeletons, I should say, into this museum. So we've got to wait for our helicopter to come back, but that's fine. That should come back any minute now. There it is. And we can go ahead and start our next expedition. Now, I think I'm going to go to the Carrion Trail. Problem is, if we set this up... Oh, they're actually cured already, so never mind. We don't have an issue there. Let's have a look at the Carrion Trail. So we've got 2 dinosaur bones undiscovered here. We are going to require 2 prehistory experts to get this done. It's going to cost us $9,000, which isn't an issue, and we should be good to go. So, of course, we're going to send Ilaria's Echo out and Anders Osthus here, so we should get a ton of survey points. Survey level plus 65, and we are successfully countering the sandstorm. We could also make this speedy. We lose 5% on our survey level, but we don't incur any additional things. And if we go ahead and give them an expedition journal, the only event that we can encounter here, 5% XP bonus for our staff. So that sounds like a fantastic way to set this up for the moment. I do believe once we come into summer, there may be a new event on here that we might have to try and counter. But for now, this is going to work out perfectly. 60% is absolutely fine. We could go all the way up to 75%, but it's going to take a lot longer. So let's get this running and get our brand new dinosaur bones into our museum. But before we see those, I do want to just quickly take a look at our security, because it came to my attention that there is actually an item called the security archway. And this is basically just a checkpoint where people walk through it and it spots thieves. So I'm going to go ahead and unlock that for 50 kudosh. I think that's definitely worth getting. Now, the problem is I can't use it as a one-way door. I would really like this to be one way. I don't think it is. I believe you can go through this any which way that you like. I wish there was a one-way version of it. So in order to counter that, I think I might go ahead and redesign the lobby here just a little bit. Add a second wall in, like there, and add that to that, I think. I think that's how I want to do it. So yeah, I'm going to jump into a time lapse and redesign this real quick, and we'll be back in a little bit. And look, I'll be the first to admit this doesn't look the best, but I think it's going to work the way that we want it to. People can still come in here. We've still got decorations everywhere. I think this is going to be fine. It doesn't look yeah. I don't think there's a better way to do this, unfortunately. I really wish these were one way. That's just my one wish. If someone could make a modded version of that item that is one way, I would be very, very happy to see it. But we're going to continue on with the time lapse as we get these new skeleton bones into our museum and get them. Actually, you know what? We have $100,000 and we just unlocked something new with our enlightenment. We just unlocked the Relic River. And that brings me to my next point, which is we don't have a workshop yet, and I think I would like one. So this is 4 wide. We did something like that, throw down our workshop right about there, and get a door in there. We can go ahead and throw down our workshop machine there, and I'm aware that these rooms are larger than they need to be. sort of just is what it is a little bit. I would also like to go ahead and unlock the workshop tweak table as well as the workshop tinker table. In total, that's going to cost me 300 kudosh, but it's going to increase the speed at which we can make things in the workshop. So I think it's going to be worth it. And I actually don't know if putting multiple of them down affects anything, but I'm going to, just in case that it does. And we can throw down some spare parts bins in the middle to fill this room out just a little bit. Get a little bin in there, as well as some flowers in the corners on these rugs. I think that looks quite nice. So we'll throw that down if I can put it there. That there and that there. And that should be a 5-star room and a workshop. It's going to ask us if we want to sell that wall. We absolutely do. And now we have a workshop where we can build things. I'm actually not 100% sure if we have anyone who can work in the workshop just yet. The workshop is... Who does the workshop? Is that janitors? Yes. So we actually do have 2 janitors who can work in the workshop, so that is fantastic. I'm actually a little bit surprised we only have 4 janitors in total, so I might go ahead and hire another 2 of them just to make sure that everything is running smoothly. And then we can go ahead and start a project in the workshop. Now, these projects are fantastic for kids. They have a lot of entertainment. They have a little bit of knowledge, and they have a decent amount of buzz. For instance, this troll grab game has 50 buzz, 100 entertainment, and 3 knowledge. It's going to cost us $10,000 and 45 days to build, but I actually wanted to have a look at Relic River here. You know what? It's worse. It's more expensive than the troll grab game. Yeah, I think we start off with the troll grab game. It's going to give us 50 buzz, 100 entertainment compared to the 50 buzz and 50 entertainment that the Relic River gives us. We will eventually build more of these, but I'm going to start with the troll grab what was it called? Troll grab game, and get that down as well as our new skeletons that we are currently looking for. So we'll jump back into the time lapse, and I'll see you in a little bit. We have our first piece of the pterodactyl skeleton. I didn't mean to put that in my inventory. I'm going to pause the game real quick and decide where I want these to go. I don't remember how big the other piece of this puzzle is. We could go ahead and throw it down here where our old one was. I don't think it fits all that well there. I think I would rather do something like this, to be honest with you. Leave that space there for smaller exhibits. This needs to be near a fossil decal, so that is going to be easy enough to do. And of course, we do need to go ahead and make sure that we have donation bins around the place, as well as info stands. So I think I said that I was going to put this right in the middle there, and I like that. So I'm going to jump into a time lapse, get this all decorated out, and we're going to go ahead and finish this one out as well as grab the other one. So we'll be back in a little bit. All right, we've officially completed our first workshop project, the troll grab game. If we open up our inventory, you can see that there, and we can go ahead and throw this down. And I'm thinking this would be the perfect spot for it right about, I guess right about there. Maybe we rotate it around. I think that will look a little bit better. But we can throw that down right about there. It is already 100% satisfied with all its requirements, so that is going to be fantastic. I believe the donation bins that are around this will count for that, so we don't have to worry about that. But that should overall increase the entertainment in our museum quite a lot. I am also just going to give these guys a little bit of a break because they need to replenish some of their stats here. But we will go ahead and open this up, and we get another part of the pterodactyl, which is fantastic. Go ahead and attach that, and it's slowly but surely coming together. So yeah, I'm going to send you both on a break for the moment. You actually are fine, but the other guy needs a break. So we'll do that, and then we'll continue on finding these exhibits. And this is exactly what I was saying before. We now have the heatwave event because we are doing this during summer. And that has the potential to cause 25% less happiness with a broken face. To counter that, we can go ahead and add the first aid kit here, but it is going to increase our expedition time by 15 days. I think I would rather have the expedition time increased rather than an actual injury. So I'm going to do that. If we get an extra 15 days on our expedition, it's really not going to be that big of a deal. It's basically just going to be like we were doing a safe expedition in the first place. So I'll continue sending these guys out. All right, so this doesn't quite fit the way that I hoped it would. We could go ahead and throw it back here, and that would work, but I don't love the layout of that. So I'm just going to plop it there for the moment, and I'm going to redecorate this entire area. So give me a second. And I think that will do for the moment. As we get these things upgraded, they will eventually get to full buzz. Everything is 100% decorated there, and we have some more room for some exhibits back here. And I believe with those now there, we can actually set up a brand new tour. And the question is, where do I want to put the tour guide station? I could throw it down right about there, but I don't know if that makes a ton of sense. We could also throw it here and have, yeah, I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Have them opposite each other. That might make the most sense in terms of what I want this tour to do. So I'm going to throw that there for the moment. And we can go ahead and add all of the dinosaur bones to this tour. That is going to give us an average quality of great just because these guys aren't upgraded yet. Total buzz is 214. Decoration is perfect. Cohesion is perfect. And the length is perfect. So we'll confirm that. That is probably going to mean that we want another tour guide though. So if we jump into our staff, we currently don't have anyone with any training slots available. So I would probably like to hire someone specifically for that job. I'm going to go ahead and send out a new advert for another tour guide. We do currently have two, but I would like a spare or two just to make sure that we don't have as much downtime. But that will go ahead and give us the run a tour containing 4 dinosaur bones with a rating over 4 as soon as we get these exhibits all upgraded. So we'll go ahead and continue looking for those exhibits. We are going to again continue with the first aid kit to counter that heat wave, go for speedy, and continue with that. Let's see if we found anyone, and it looks like we actually have the perfect candidate here. This is Mick Bobble. He is already trained in tour guide stuff, so we're going to go into staff, experts, job assignments, and make sure that he is officially assigned to do tours. And you know what? I'm going to turn on the analysis room for all my tour guides as well, just so that they can start doing that. And I'm also going to go ahead and reject Karen Sob because she has inflated salary expectations, which is one of my least favorite things to deal with. And I'm going to advertise for a new history expert as well, so that we can have 4 tour guides running and they can sort of work back and forth between the tour guides and the analysis room. All right, we have Meso Cress here. You are going to be my new tour guide. So we're going to hire you. We don't need to rename you at the moment, but if you would like to become a golden panda, this could be you. We are going to go into your job assignments and say, yeah, you can do absolutely everything. That is not a problem whatsoever. But I want to train you in doing tours. So we'll start that training there, get that rocking and rolling, and then we should be all pretty much staffed up. Problem is, at the moment, we are losing money. I'm hoping that these new exhibits can counter that to some extent. We are currently still running the campaign basics, and we're looking to attract these guests, but it really isn't working very well. We do have 2 people with marketing 2. We're running it for the professors, which prefer to have knowledge in the museum, so I am a little bit concerned that we aren't making a ton of money with that, but you know, it is what it is. We have a little bit of money saved up with our exhibits in our inventory, And we have officially completed the boa constrictor here, so we can go ahead and start adding perks to that. Unfortunately, it does have the boring trait, which is what it is. There's really not much we can do about that, and we can actually start installing buzz boosts on our other one as well, and go ahead and continue on with the expeditions. Actually, we don't have enough money to do that at the moment, so we might have to go ahead and sell some of our fossils instead. I am curious how much the star fossil gets. It gets $22.50 if you deconstruct it, or we could just go ahead and sell it for $7,500. So I think that is worth doing. Go ahead and continue deconstructing some other ones. We'll sell another one there so that we can actually start this expedition and go from there. I just sent one of our staff that worked the ticket booths to go ahead and do some training, but that in turn resulted in no one actually working the ticket booths, even though we have a bunch of people who... Well, actually, we don't have that many assistants left now that we have both of these guys in the marketing office. I think I'm going to turn ticket booth back on. Actually, I'm going to turn everything back on for these guys. Just so that they can help out if they're not running the marketing room, because we do only have the one person working in there, even though we have 2 people assigned to it, and that was to help reduce downtime. Someone is now working our ticket booth, so that is fine. We can go ahead and open this crate up, attach this to the exhibit, and I think we require 1 more to get this fully maxed out. We can, of course, go ahead and add another perk to this, but I don't think I actually want to add any of these. I would like to save it up for the entertainment ones and the knowledge ones if I can. You know what? I'm actually going to cancel this marketing campaign at the moment. I'm not going to run any right now just because we are running low on money and we just don't have enough people coming in to justify doing that marketing campaign, I don't think. We did, however, have a health inspection occur. Our rating is exceptional. Department of Culture is delighted with your museum. You've passed this year's inspection to the highest standard. Congratulations. All toilets were well maintained and we have enough bins. That's going to reward us with 25% museum rating impact, $5,000 and 200 kudos, which is fantastic. And we did make money in that last month, so that is good to see as well. We have also completed the runner tour containing 4 dinosaur bones with a rating over 4, so that's fantastic. The only thing left to do is attract 15 tourist guests through marketing, but I believe we're going to have to get some more exhibits to make that work. So we're going to continue on and get this last piece of the puzzle, and I'll see you in a little bit. One of our tour guides has just leveled up, so we're going to go ahead and immediately throw Tour Guidelines 2 on them. That's going to give them an extra 15% tour donations, plus 10% tour buzz, and 1% knowledge per tour, which I think is going to be well worth it. It is going to increase their salary expectations a little bit. We also got a energy boost perk that I am immediately going to install right around there. And yeah, we'll continue on. Hopefully we can start making some money soon. That is the last piece of the puzzle. I was saying pterodactyl, but this is actually lapidactyl. I just noticed that. So we're going to attach that. That should increase the buzz on that just a little bit more. We don't have any of the things that I actually want to throw on this for the moment, but our buzz has increased, which means the tour guide here is definitely at 4 stars. And if we go to the tour setup here, we can see why. We've got average quality is now pristine. Total buzz is almost 250. Oh, bankruptcy warning. Okay. Your outgoings are higher than your monthly income. That's actually not true. That's just because we are doing a whole bunch of expeditions. If things get worse, the Department of Culture will have to step in. The fastest way to reduce your outgoings is to fire some of your staff, increase your income by raising prices and taking sponsorship opportunities, and as ever, ensure donation stands are emptied regularly. Now, we are doing all of those things. There is a chance that we have too many staff. If we go into our staff here and look at experts, like 9 experts is probably excessive, I will not lie. The 2 guys that are currently doing only restoration could probably be fired. if I'm being honest. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to rename Meso Crest here to Ruben. I actually don't know if I can have two people with the same name, but this is going to be Ruben Moretta. Apparently that's fine. And then you are officially going to be fired. Sorry, Ruben. You're fired, but you are technically still in here. And then Sunset Puma here is also going to be fired. And I apologize for that. We are going to rename Mick Bobble for you. So you're going to be Sunset Puma. And the original Sunset Puma is going to be fired. That's going to save us a little bit of money. That's going to reduce us down to 7 experts. And I think that's going to be fine. Yeah, because we have our analysis guy. We have 4... Yeah, I think that'll be good. Everyone who can do tour guides can also do restoration. Basically, everyone can do restoration. We do have 7 assistants, which I think is the amount that we need. 6 janitors is questionable. We maybe don't need that many, but I'd like to keep them on for the moment. And we really haven't had that many issues with security. So with that being said, I'm going to just fire our worst security guard for the moment and see how that goes. Most people are, well, not everyone's happy with their pay. We're also going to increase the pay of the people that are left. And we'll see how that goes. Currently, it's telling me that we lost $6,000 that month. That's okay. That's okay. We didn't get any gift shop sales, which is strange. Maybe we don't have enough assistants, and that's actually one of our problems. But I'm going to let this run for a little bit longer. Make sure that our income does indeed go up. Let me just also quickly check our finances here. Everything here is like maxed out as far as I can tell. We are doing 2 sponsorships. We can get another one with the Bubble Tea machine. The Orb Foundation are looking for a loophole to sell their new and not especially legal drink, Bubble Tea. They call it refreshingly persuasive, which sounds pretty alarming, albeit refreshing. This is going to decrease happiness. It does pay us a lot. I'm going to reject that and see if we can get another one in here. This does only show up if you are not doing so well in your museum. And then, of course, there is also the option to take out a loan, but I don't really want to do that at the moment. So I'm going to let this run and see how it turns out. Continue deconstructing stuff is going to get us some more money as well, but hopefully with those little changes, we should be a little bit more in the green here very, very soon. Ideally, we just get more guests in, and upgrading these exhibits is going to help us do that, so we'll see how that goes. We did also unlock a new thing, which is just a little fern that we can absolutely take, and we have some more stickers that we can look at. We're doing pretty well in terms of getting these golden stickers, so our kudos is slowly but surely going up, and I think we'll be okay. I mean, this is going up, so that's a good sign, right? 19,000 per month in staff wages is a little bit rough, though. Again, we get that warning, but I'm hoping we're a little bit better off. I mean, we only lost 424 that time, so something's working a little bit better. We also have a VIP visit. A school trip is coming in very, very soon, so hopefully they buy a whole bunch of stuff, and we'll see how it goes. And we're officially back in the green. We actually made $14,000 that month. It looks like it really depends very highly on gift shop sales, because the amount that we made in monthly profit was all from the gift shop. So that is something to keep in mind. It looks like our guests sort of come in waves. So we're going to have bad months and good months, but I think overall we are net profiting. So that is good. Hopefully these guys all buy a bunch of stuff and we can send out another expedition. That might put us back into the red, but it is what it is at this point. I'm going to continue on and get the knowledge up for both of these, and we'll go from there. All right, we have another Twisted Torso statue coming in. They're going to pay us $20,000 if we get the views and things that we need. Trouble is, we now need somewhere new to put this, because I did deconstruct the place that we had it originally. Where can I put this that just sort of makes sense? I'd like this to be somewhere easy to view that I don't have to change very often, that's not eventually going to be filled up with other exhibits. Now, we could place it somewhere like in between these two, and I don't hate it, but I don't love it. Thankfully, it's only going to be here for a short amount of time, so I think I'll just go ahead and do that, to be quite honest with you. If we throw that down there, grab this, move it over by 2, grab another one and throw it down there, there's a chance that that increases our knowledge a little bit, makes our guests a little bit happier, and also makes it so that this is much easier to view. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. We also got a new sticker, display 15 exhibits with a level 5 decoration rating, which I assume is because we placed this down and it does indeed have a level 5 decoration rating where it is sitting. But we're going to continue on with the time lapse as we are still making money, which is fantastic to see. We currently have no one working in the gift shop, which is slightly concerning and probably why we were losing money. So I'm going to hire one more person for the gift shop, and I'm actually going to go ahead and change some of my staff assignments on my assistants. I want people to always be working in the gift shop, and that is going to be a gift shop checkout right here. So I think I'm going to take Kimmy Beast here, say you can't do anything but work in the gift shop checkout, and I'm also going to take Finlay Gold here, who has customer service, and say you also can only work in the gift shop. That should hopefully ensure that someone is always doing that task, because I think that is where we were actually losing money in the first place. So bear that in mind. We also have a staff member here who is unhappy and wants some more training. I think we're going to absolutely go ahead and do that. Honestly, I think customer service is probably just the best choice for right now. It's not going to increase their desired salary by too much. It's also not going to cost us a ton of money. I think that'll be good. We could also go for Happy Thoughts, which boosts happiness and just gives them a 10% happiness boost. But I would rather my guests be happy. So we're going to go for customer service on that for right now. And I believe with that pterodactyl now being analyzed, if we go into our exhibits list, sort by knowledge, we don't have full knowledge on the ambered giga gecko because we started with that and we don't have any way of getting more of them. Same with the lanternfish fossil. But the only other thing with not full knowledge is going to be the flapodactyl skeleton, I should say. Everything else is full, so we can now start working on expeditions in other locations. And the question is, where do we want to go? We could come up here, clear this obstruction. That seems like a fairly decent, safe way to go. See what is over this way. To unlock this, we need level 3 in marine life, which we're not going to get just yet. We could also come down here and start looking for prehistory mysteries and some more fossils. There is also an obstruction down here, but we're going to require a drill for that. So I think we'll clear this out, see what is over here. That looks like it might be, yeah, that's the frozen find. So I actually don't know if I want to do that just yet. I think I would rather come over to the Spoony Dunes and start working on these prehistory mysteries and some fossils. So let's get started with that. That is going to cost us 14,000, which we do officially have. Again, we're going to send Ilarius Echo and Andus Osthus over here. In terms of cargo for this, because we are struggling for money a little bit, we can probably go ahead and use the Haggling Handbook. That is going to reduce the expedition cost by 20%, changing it from 14,000 to 11,200. Again, we could probably go for the Speedy Expedition here. I think that makes the most sense. We do want to increase the survey level on this one because I don't believe these ones automatically go up to pristine once we find them because they're not dinosaur bones. So we're going to start with that, grab all of the fossils and mysteries from this location, throw them down in our museum, and hope that we are still making money in the long run as we slowly increase our buzz and our knowledge in this museum. And we have another dilemma. Direct sunlight. As the sun beats down on the expedition crew, some of the team demand a break to soak up some rays. We could seek shade, which requires survey skills, which we currently do have, and I think that's probably going to be the best choice. The other choices are, of course, cover up and carry on, or soak away. I'm going to seek shade. That is going to give our team high morale because the crew push on, eventually finding a nice shaded spot with a tasteful little pool. How nice. So we're going to return to the museum. Pretty nice on that one. We also got a perfect expedition there for a +1 quality. Hopefully we can find something pristine on our first try there, but I'm not holding my breath. Let's see what we got. We got the Lone Henge, and that is great quality, so not fantastic, but it'll do for the moment. We will go ahead and place that, even though it is only great quality, and I think this can probably just sit right about there. That is going to be absolutely fine. We'll grab ourselves another info stand to make sure that is officially covered. And we'll check on the decoration. It is all good. It just needs to be near a prehistory rock, which is one of my least favorite decorations. But thankfully, that will change once we upgrade this to a pristine version, because the things that it requires are slightly randomized. Thankfully, we can sort of just like throw this against the wall over here, and I think it'll be fine. If we grab ourselves maybe the spiny fern as well, we can like cover it up a little bit, make it look a little bit more natural. And yeah, that'll absolutely do. That is now at 46 out of 46 and 5 out of 5. I am happy with that. We're going to continue on getting some more things for down there. We also have a staff member leveled up. They already have strolling surveillance. I think I would like to give them aerodynamics just so they can catch our thieves a little bit easier. Or we could leave them with no other skills and not have to pay them more. I think that's probably what I will actually do. Analysis is officially complete on our Flapperdactyl skeleton, increasing our knowledge to 3 and earning ourselves a perk. That is fantastic. We don't have anything else to deconstruct, but we did get another energy boost perk, which I would like to throw down on this right here. Energy boost can go on that, and we'll continue on finding some new mysteries and fossils. Again, we got an exceptional rating on our museum inspection, granting us some pretty nice rewards. We are still making a profit. We are spending most of that money on expeditions, but we are still making a profit, keeping ourselves in the green, so that is good to see. We also found ourselves the time portal, which I think looks quite good. We still have room over here for hopefully like a nice long exhibit. But I don't know what the other exhibit we're going to find at this location is. But our museum is slowly but surely coming together. It's looking a lot fuller than it used to be. I think I do want to rearrange some of these at some point. That might happen in the next episode. But let's see if we can find... Nope, we just got another quality of Lone Henge. I'm going to immediately send that to my inventory and replace this one though, because it is of better quality. So we'll go ahead and throw that down right about there. Make sure that the buzz requirement is good. It now no longer needs this rock, so I actually am going to go ahead and sell that because I don't like it. And we can pick up that and sort of have those... No, I don't like that fern. I don't like it. I kind of like the hanging one being in the middle of all four of these. But let's just make sure that that's going to reduce the decoration on this. So we do need to add a little bit more decoration. I think I am actually just going to go ahead and throw down the firefly like right underneath this. I think that will look good. The dragonfly, I should say. And that sort of fills out that space quite nicely, and we can continue on looking for our exhibits and make sure that we go ahead and deconstruct that one that we just found. And we find our first pristine fossil in this collection. Our own Dimensions captain yesterday was one of only a handful to successfully develop time travel, unlike this chump. Perfect. We are going to go ahead and place that down, and it's tiny. I mean, it's not tiny, it's the same size as all the other ones that we've found, but I mean, I guess we could put 2 down in here, right? If we throw this down, how many, that's 2 full tiles there. And then we could potentially throw another one down there. That might work out okay. I am going to, of course, go ahead and grab our I think that goes there. Grab our info stand, put that down right about there. That is all satisfied. It just needs a little bit more decoration. And honestly, I think I'm just going to copy and paste this over to be basically the same. Keep it nice and simple with our decorating. That is going to require a control click to throw that down there. And that should be 100% successful. Yeah. That's looking good. I'm going to go ahead and find the rest of these, make sure that we get pristine versions of them, and go ahead and deconstruct any of the ones that we have already. Since we are making money and stable at the moment, I think this is a good time to do that. So we're going to jump into a time lapse, get all these researched up, deconstructed, all of the good things, and we'll be back in a little bit. Just before we go fully into that time lapse though, it does look like we are running out of stock in our gift shop, so we may need to hire one more assistant just to help with that. We have Pookie Brass here, discounted salary expectations, improved movement speed, and they have customer service. I think we'll go ahead and hire them. Hopefully they can go ahead and start restocking things, and it looks like they are, so that is fantastic. We want to make sure our gift shop is up and running at full capacity all the time, because that is where most of our money is actually coming from. So that's going to be good. And since we are just going through time lapses at the moment, I think it's probably about time that we try and attract 15 tourist guests through marketing. So I'm going to start another marketing campaign. I am going to go for, I think, still the professor. Our knowledge is probably our best perk at the moment. We could also go for tourists because they like to see buzz. And you know what? Let's do that. Let's do that for the moment. Is there actually a way? If we go to guests here, no. So we have guests, tourists, professor. It looks like guests are far more popular than tourists. I mean, tourists are far more popular than professors. So I think running it for tourists is probably the way to go. I'm going to run this at standard to increase it up to 35%. And hopefully we can start chugging through the attract 15 tourist guests through marketing. I probably will cancel that again once that is complete, just because it is quite expensive to run. But yeah, that's all I'm saying. Oh, and we actually got a pristine time portal, so we can go ahead and replace that as well. Throw that right about, if I can rotate it the right way, right about, where was that? I want to say there. 2 full tiles, yes. Right out there, that's going to increase the buzz, and we can now start adding things to this. For instance, entertainment boost. So that is going to be good. Get a new sticker for our troubles, and we're still making money. Of course, we want to go ahead and deconstruct that time portal, start an expedition, and continue looking. At this point, I am actually going to start going for detailed surveys here, just so that we can hopefully get the pristine quality versions, because we have exhibit quality +1 here, we have exhibit quality +1 here, so the chances of getting both of those are, I don't know the odds, but if we get both of those, we're almost guaranteed a pristine quality version. If we look at our stats, we are up to max quality on this site, so that is currently unaffordable though. I guess increasing... Nope, we just don't have enough money. So that is what I'm going to do once we have enough money to actually do that. But in the meantime, we're just going to jump straight into the time lapse. Unfortunately, this pristine quality version of this time portal requires a prehistory rock, which I just removed. So that's annoying, but we can just go ahead and throw it back here somewhere where it's going to be a little bit inconspicuous and not really get in the way. Well, that's unfortunate. So I was setting up this event, but apparently in spring, there is a sandstorm event that causes helicopter damage. Now, that wouldn't be an issue, but I would like to be doing detailed expeditions here. And as far as I can tell, there is no way to remove that. I don't actually think there's a counter for this at all, other than just not doing expeditions in spring. So I'm going to continue on with the haggling handbook, but I think I'm just going to do a safe expedition for now, because there's a 1 in 4 chance that I get that. There's a 2 in 4 chance that I get an exhibit quality perk. So I think that's going to be fine. Helicopter damage really isn't that big of a deal. It just takes your helicopter out of commission for a little bit and someone needs to fix it up. but we are getting there with our exhibits. We actually have all pristine exhibits now, which is nice to see. So actually, in saying that, detailed is no longer required. We can actually go for the speedy ones because we don't care about the quality anymore. We just want them for deconstruction. So that is actually good to note, and I'll keep that in mind going forward. We'll probably be doing speedy exhibits rather than speedy expeditions, I should say, rather than safe or detailed at this point. And we officially just got the last thing we needed to completely max out our knowledge on all of the exhibits that we currently have in our museum. So that is absolutely fantastic. And I think that's probably where we're going to leave the episode. I think eventually I will go ahead and rearrange this a little bit. I think I'll throw this fossil down here, have a row of fossils because the fossils tend to be quite small. And then in the next episode, I think we'll go ahead and redesign this a little bit to make some more sense. I also want to add things like the cafeteria and probably some more bathrooms because this honestly just isn't enough at the moment, especially as we are getting guests lingering for longer in our museum with all of these exhibits on display. We should also go ahead and attract 15 tourist guests in between episodes, granting us the second star here, which is going to be very, very exciting. If you guys are enjoying this series so far, make sure to go ahead and leave a like and a comment down below for the sake of engagement. Subscribe if you haven't already, consider becoming a member of the channel and checking out our merch store. Links are all down in the description below. But until next time, happy building, happy curating. Bye guys.